Welcome into the Shop Management Show presented by AutoLeap. I'm your host, Will. Excited today to bring you a special edition of the podcast. We will be doing a solo deep dive into an overlooked topic in the auto repair industry, shop handbooks. Not exactly the most exciting topic, but one that is completely vital for your business. We created an ebook on how to create a compliant shop handbook. Before moving further, I'd like to give a special shout out to Joe Marconi and Kevin Vaught from AutoLeap. Their expert insights and commentary were vital to putting that information together for our audience. Today, we will preview some key strategies on how to create a compliant shop handbook for your business. You can find a link to download the free ebook in the show notes of this episode. So let's get into it. What is a shop handbook? Essentially, a shop handbook gathers all of your business's operational details in one place. Joe Marconi said it best when he added that a shop handbook provides, quote, guidelines and boundaries that your business can't waver from. What would you include in a shop handbook? Here are some of examples of operational details: your hours that you're open, official sick days, company holidays, vacation time, where to park, dress code, pay date and payroll taxes, break time, lunch hours, cell phone policy, and your drug and alcohol policy. These are just a few examples of what you may wish to include. There may be other specific policies and logistics that are relevant to your business that you may want to also feature there. There are a ton of advantages to creating a quality shop handbook. Number one, you increase your team communication. Number two, it also improves transparency across the shop and elevates professionalism. You can even leverage this as a recruiting tool. Qualified technicians will love to see that you are this organized and this professional and that you've laid all of this out in one place. It also clarifies your team expectations. If they have any communication or questions, they can pull this out and have instant clarity on what the shop's policy is. It will also help you unify around the shop's vision. We'll get into the values and how to define those within your shop handbook in a little bit, but ultimately it creates a healthy workplace that eliminates confusion and allows both you and your team to thrive together in the same setting. So what are the pitfalls of having a poorly put together shop handbook, a plagiarized shop handbook, or not even having a handbook at all? One of the top ones that we review in detail throughout the ebook is legal compliance and the potential jeopardy that you could put your business in. Take the example of an employee being injured on the job at your shop. You discover that they violated a cell phone policy while they were working on a repair order, but you don't have any legal documentation of this policy. It's just something that you say to your employees, please don't use your phone while on the job, but you never had it written down. You never had it reviewed by a HR company and a labor law attorney and had those parties authorize the documentation. In this instance, if you were to say, unfortunately, be sued, you would be held liable and your shop would be held liable without this documentation. A verbal policy won't hold up in a court of law, and this could cost your business significant money and also hurt your reputation. So a shop handbook can provide protection for both you and your employees. It's very important. So what are the steps to building out your shop handbook? Number one, define in writing your shop's mission statement and core values. Number two, tell your shop story. What is the passion behind the business that will drive it forward? Number three, fill in the operational details. These are some of the logistics that we talked about before. This is actually the easiest step in the process. And then number four, ensure that your shop handbook is legally compliant. Have an HR company or a labor law attorney review and authorize the handbook on your behalf. Again, we break down the complete step-by-step process in detail throughout the ebook. We also discuss after the fact, once the handbook is published, how to share with your team, how to refresh the handbook annually, and the best ways to maximize this handbook to both protect your business, create a unified shop culture, and ultimately build a foundation that allows you to grow your business in the future. You can download the free ebook in the show notes of this episode, and we will be back soon with the Shop Management Show presented by AutoLeap.